Welcome to Real Estate According to Amy. My name is Amy. I am just trying to create a place where we can have agents come, newer agents. Maybe you're looking to get a restart. Maybe you're new to the business. I just want to create a space for you to come and learn. So that's my goal. If you ever have any questions, you're wondering about something that's compliance related, always refer back to your broker or your brokerage. I understand we may not all be at the same place. And so your broker ultimately has the final word in how you are running your business. So I might say one thing and they may have another idea. So just something to keep in mind there. But my goal is to give you the fundamentals, the building blocks have you in order to get your business started, in order to kickstart your business, in order to reignite your business, or maybe you just never got started right in the first place. Let's give you the tools to be able to do this. So we're going to create this video series. I'm going to try to keep them pretty short, 30 minutes to an hour of just learning base. So you can hop on and just dig through this library and move your business forward. I hope that you find it useful. Feel free to share the videos, like and subscribe to my channel so you get new content. Some of the things that we're going to cover in this series are: why are you doing this? Why did you get your real estate license? What's going to keep you motivated to move forward? Because remember, at this point, once you get that real estate license, you are no longer an employee. Woohoo! You got in this business probably because you were like, man, I want to make money and I want to be in charge of my own schedule and I want to work when I want to work. Well, that's kind of a lie, but that's all right. We'll pretend that's the truth. It is to an extent, especially if you start out right and start out with building out your business correctly from the beginning, setting expectations and setting boundaries. You can work this business when you want to work this business and not when you don't. You can choose who you want to work with and who you do not want to work with. It is okay to tell people no, but let's talk a little bit more about why we're going to do this as we dig into this. We're not going to go into that today, but just something to think about. Why are you doing this? What's going to get you up in the morning? What's going to keep you motivated when you've heard no for the fifth time in a day? What's going to keep you moving forward? Once we've kind of defined that why, we're going to dig into goal setting, talk about how to get you where you want to be this year, next year, 5 years from now, and get you moving in the right direction. We'll talk about how to kind of put that into, chunk it down so it's a manageable daily task rather than a surmounting, overwhelming look at it from the year perspective. Then we'll take those goals, we'll dig it down into time blocking, teach you to live by your calendar, teach you to structure your day so that you're doing the things that you need to be doing in order to be generating business, right? That's our goal, is to be able to focus on that 20% of things that need to get done in order to continue generating business. We're going to dive into agent finances. What should you be paying attention to? What's important? What should you be tracking? Now that you're a business owner, your taxes are going to look a little bit different if you haven't been self-employed or a business owner before. So we'll kind of talk about some of the important things with that. Most of that I'm going to defer to your CPA, which means if you don't have one, you should probably track one down. Talk with somebody who is a professional, somebody specifically who works with real estate agents, realtors, and self-employed individuals, so they can give you all those items that you should be looking at and tracking. We're just going to touch on a few. We're going to talk about what apps and programs might be helpful to help keep track of your business and help drive you forward. We're going to dig into your database. What is a database? What's a CRM? How should you be contacting people? What does contact look like? How many times? How frequently? We're going to dive into all of those things. We're going to talk about your sphere of influence, right? Those people who you already know, like, and trust you, or at least would recognize your name if you called them or sent them a text message. Then we'll dive into lead generation, what types of lead generation there are, where, the why, the how you would lead generate, and let you know that, you can do what appeals to you. You aren't forced to do things that you're super uncomfortable with. We are also then going to dive into both listings and buyers, from the time somebody raises their hand and say, hey, I want to sell my home, or I'm thinking about selling my home, or hey, I think I might want to buy a house, to moving that through into an active client and then getting that transaction closed. So we're going to go through all of those details. We'll also dive deeper into the forms library and specifically the California State Association of Realtors forms, so the zip forms library. So that's kind of where we're focused on. That's where my focus is as far as training goes, is California. However, just know that most of the principles that we talk about apply to state or to agents in any state, anywhere across the nation, because it's all stuff that you should know. It's all just blanket lead gen, building business, how to treat listings, buyers, how to set up your business appropriately. Then we'll also, kind of once we get those basics out of the way, then let's talk about and let's drive further into, okay, now I've got a constant stream of business. Where do I go from here? How do I move it from me being the person and the go-to to starting to build out your team? And you may be like, oh my gosh, I'm just starting. I haven't even thought about that. But let's think about it from the beginning. Let's talk about our list of tasks as we move through this process and keep an eye on that, on what those tasks are that eventually down the road you'll be handing off and giving to somebody else. One of those is going to be pretty quick. Your first hire is going to be your transaction coordinator. So we'll talk about what a transaction coordinator does and how to bring them into your business initially. And then we'll just continue to build on that, to grow on that. My goal with this channel is that I would really like some participation on these trainings. And so I'd like to figure out how to do maybe some live trainings with people involved, because I feel like when we bring agents to the table and there's questions being asked and interaction, it's a lot more fun. You're going to learn a lot more. And a lot of those are questions that you probably have. If you're watching this video, you have questions, feel free to put it in the comments section. I will work to make sure I answer your questions in the most timely manner possible. So I would like this to be interactive, even though you may be watching it 6 months from now or a year from now. I'll kind of keep an eye on that and try to respond to comments and questions that you may have. I hope you find this useful. I look forward to diving in. Have a fabulous day and stay tuned for the next video.